All right. Thanks everyone joining. And we'll start the session by introducing Navin. I know Navin for, I would say, 3 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 years. And he kind of completed his Master of Social Work in Personal Management. And he worked in a lot of manufacturing industry in Chennai, where he was heading the HR function. And he came to Canada and he started working in the technology area for some time. Then he got certified as a SPHR. Then he been trying to adamantly trying only take up a HR job, and ultimately he achieved his dream job. Okay, so the purpose of this call is to just to share his experience in the last few months. How did he achieve this? And also, he is going to share his work in Amazon for us to understand, right? Because if you take up this particular crowd, we have a lot of people who are from India who are still trying to get into HR. And there's a lot of difference between the way we functioned in India versus here. I don't see any difference, but then people call it like you need to have a Canadian experience to do a HR job here in the HR. But that's not a fact. I've been doing this job for 20 years. Never had any experience when I started my first job. Still, I was able to. So that's the positivity we want to kind of give it to everybody so that you don't go into the bucket of, I need to have the Canadian experience to do a Canadian job. Like, I don't believe in it. So that's where we are here to prove that. And Navin is one of the example, like who had worked hard to get into this. Okay, so welcome Navin, and it's all yours. And as I said, Chris might keep asking you something. Now I will not be asking. Okay, all yours. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Paul. And thank you, everyone, for for joining this. It's absolutely not so important part of your life at this point in time. But despite that fact, you have joined this to listen to me. I feel very happy. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, Paul, for giving me this opportunity. Um, like presently working with Amazon. I'll start with how is life at Amazon first. I joined Amazon very recently on 31st of May. So I'm still being onboarded into the system. I'm still learning the company, and I'm still learning the processes in the company. So I'm still a toddler at Amazon. But trust me, I was like very ecstatic when I got placed at Amazon. I thought, okay, fine, my life is sorted. That's it. It's going to be a very breezy walk from here on. Good money, families coming, and that's it. Navin, you've just taken off. And the first 2 weeks I was virtual. Entire 1 week we had an induction, like a company-wide induction, which people from all across North America attended. Yes, America and Canada. America, Brazil, Canada, yes. North America, South America, yes. South America, North America, and Canada attended. Around 420 people attended that. It is called AD1, which is Ascent Day 1. That happened for 1 week. Day 1 happened for 1 week. And at Amazon, there is a very popular saying that every day is your first day. And I was initially like, I belong to the HR fraternity. And I also come from a very conventional HR background where HR is done with only mouth, not like with data, like in the present days. Like you can talk like people people would really assume that HRs have really good oratorical skills, and I thought this is just another a point of oratory. And trust me, it's been 4 weeks. That is, I'm completing 1 month today. Yeah, oh my God, I'm
Yeah,
completing
well,
1 month with Amazon. And so far, I I really feel it's still the day one because every day I'm learning something new, something that I have not come across in the past. In the past, in the sense in the past 28, 29 days with Amazon. And every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm getting to interact with new people. Every day I'm put through some bottleneck which I'm allowed to tackle and I'm allowed to make mistake. So that is one culture that really amazes me. A company, a boss, a supervisor, and a group of peers, those encourage you to make mistake and learn from it. And that is the kind of company Amazon is, and I'm really very happy for it. And my ideally, presently, my one day looks like uh, totally packed. I'm running from pillar to post like an headless chicken, and I feel totally overwhelmed, and like a lot of information is just thrown on me literally, and I'm just reeling away from the chalk and trying to learn, retain information, process information, and everything is happening simultaneously, and at the same time I'm also supporting my site launch. So my site, a new site, is launching on 16th of August at Heritage Road, Brampton. And I'm heading the HR for the facility. And I'm now at Calgary till 31st of July for an intensive site launch training, which would help me to seamlessly so launch my site back at Brampton. And the learning has been amazing. It's 2 weeks. And at times, I today I had my one-on-one with my supervisor. We have weekly one-on-ones with supervisor, 30 minutes. And I told her, like very openly, I told her, like I feel like literally I've been put down in middle of an ocean. And the best part is I like swimming, and this dive is cool. That is what I was telling to her. And it's great. Like again, I'm telling you, if any one of you find any relevant position at Amazon, in your job site like LinkedIn or Indeed, please feel free to reach out to me before you even apply, because at Amazon, referrals are considered very seriously. That too, HR referrals are considered very seriously. So please, if you come across any open positions at Amazon that is relevant to you, please feel free to reach out to me even before you go ahead and apply. And when I talk about referrals, I got into Amazon through a referral, and my journey started in Canada in September 2018. And I landed here with, I didn't bring my family along because my wife was away from the banking, and she was pretty well settled at that point in time. So I didn't want to disrupt both the careers and both the incomes and do some experiment stuff with my life. So I came here alone, and I was jobless. I was homeless when I came here, and then I figured out everything very slow. Um, so initially I joined a company called Rice People. So it's basically an HR technology company that builds and implements HR technology systems like payroll systems, time attendance systems, and HRMS systems for client organizations. So I was again referred there by one of a friend acquaintance from Chennai. So she referred me there, and I joined them as an implementation specialist. And as an implementation specialist, I have implemented these products, which are the payroll products, HR products, and time attendance products for across 80, 88 clients pan Canada. And by the end of 1 year, I felt there was no growth in terms of income, nor in terms of role. And I felt I'm not going the right direction. And I took a very bold decision of quitting that job and upskilling myself. So when I quit that job, my last date there was on 31st Jan 2020, and from 1st Feb 2020, I was jobless and I was looking for jobs. At the same time, I was also looking to upskill myself, and that's how I landed up doing SPHRI, which is offered by an institution in US, which is HRCI. And I applied for it and I prepared for it for close to 2.5 months. And in the month of July, I appeared for that certification. And with good preparation and blessings of the universe, I was able to crack it. And I thought the moment I cracked it, I thought, yes, my time is here. Apna time aayega. That was literally my feeling. And I was like, I have cleared an international HR certification, and there are going to be employers who's going to be knocking my door. And I was waiting eagerly for the knock to happen, and nothing happened. Just life happened. Corona happened. So then it took a couple of weeks for me to realize that none of them are going to call me. And I have to again do the hard work. And I started again looking for jobs. But this time, what I did, I started working out on referrals. That is when, in fact, 2020 was the time when this group came into force, I believe, if I'm not wrong, Paul.
Yeah,
HR
yeah.
HR group came in was built in
Very
2020, right?
recent. Very recent. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was when I used to pester Paul almost every week. I used to pester him. Thank you. Such a good soul he is. He doesn't feel bad about it, and he encouraged me a lot. So there are a lot of good people and in this group itself. And please, that is when I realized the power of connections. It was through this group I got an opportunity with UPS. Um, like I totally forgot his name. So he helped me to get me an opportunity with UPS. He works with the newcomer agency.
Varan.
Varan. Oh, yes. Varan. My bad. I'm really very sorry.
In fact, this group is going to be 1 year on 6th of July.
See. So 7th of July, I cracked SPHRI. And so Warren helped me to land in the next job, which was at UPS. Again, it was a very basic job. It was a temporary job, and at that moment, I didn't have an opportunity. I didn't have any other options. So, and I was driving Uber from February to March, April until COVID hit its peak. I was driving Uber, and my family didn't know that I was driving Uber. My wife knew, but my parents didn't know that I was driving Uber. It's still a secret there. And through Warren's help, I moved into UPS. It was a temporary job, contract job from September to December, and basic recruiter, like for the peak seasons, recruiter for the peak season. And after I moved in, I figured out that they were migrating from their existing HRMS system to their next HRMS system, which was Workday. And that was my point, which I capitalized. All that I told them is I offered them a smooth transition, and they gave me took me as a challenge, and they gave me one whole unit to take care of, which includes migration, data verification, and data approval, importantly, and also taking care of the recruitment. Like when I talk about recruitment, a peak season logistics recruitment is like madness. Trust me. I was recruiting close to 80 to 100 unionized workers every week. As a team, we were doing close to 400 to 420 every week onboarding. So it was like totally crazy time of the week. And as usual, it just tapered. Like after Christmas, it tapered, and my contract was ended. And again, I welcome the new year, jobless, back to square one. And but this time I did something like, which I never do in my life. I started becoming very strategic. I started becoming very political, and I started working out on my entire job search strategy itself. So what I did at UPS was, After I completed 1 month at UPS, I started applying for all the logistics companies. With what I learned at UPS for 1 month, and also what I didn't learn, and I know I would learn through the phase of my career at UPS, I put it into my resume, and I started applying for all the logistics companies. And trust me, I attended interview with all the logistics companies except for Canada Post. I attended with FedEx, I attended with DHL, and I also attended with Purolator. So first is FedEx. So FedEx, one fine day, suddenly I get a call, and it looks like it was the recruiter, and I was running for a meeting. I requested for a different time, and the recruiter got pissed off, and I was rejected. That was my first call with FedEx. And next was DHL. That happened somewhere around December. A awesome position, senior HR program specialist. And I was all set. The interview was amazing, and they really liked me. Because the recruiter gave me the feedback of the interviews I attended, and they really liked me. But my competitor, the other person who got selected, was an ex-employee. So when I can compete with competencies, I cannot compete with prior experience. And so there goes DHL. And next was Purolator. It was again for an HR business partner position. Um, the interviews went really well. I attended 3 rounds of interviews with Purolator. Went really well, amazingly well. I was super positive, and all of a sudden, by the final round, they realized that I don't possess a Canadian labor relation experience. After 4 rounds of interview, they realized that I don't possess labor relation experience, and there goes Purolator out of the window. And what happened next? Again, job hunt. And by that point in time, I was fed up with life, fed up with everything, fed up with my decisions, fed up with literally everything around. And at that point in time, again, I reached out to Paul, and Paul referred me to a couple of places. We apply through Paul's help. I applied to ADP and Deloitte. Paul literally reached out on my behalf to a lot of people, and that is the power of connections. Seriously, thank you, Paul. I take this opportunity once again to thank you for that. And all that was happening, but nothing was materializing. Applications going up, interviews getting scheduled, 1 round happening, couple of rounds happening, but nothing more. And it was at that point in time when I was scouting into all logistics organizations back in my September to December UPS tenure. I reached out to almost all the people working at Amazon whom I found in LinkedIn. Literally everyone, almost everyone. Certain few of them had their messages blocked and all, so I wasn't able to reach out. But I almost reached out to everyone, and this opportunity happened because of a referral from a referral whom I even don't know. It was just random. I just went, knocked their door begging. That's it. Literally, that's it. So I reached out to her her name is Smita Patel, and I reached out to her in December. And she was very eager to refer me. She was in fact working as an HR assistant at Amazon. So she was very eager to refer me, but somehow things went off track. I think she got busy and nothing happened. Then by March, April, peak of joblessness and peak of how the way I was fed up in life, I then reached out to her and I told it, I'm reaching out to you as a last resort. My family, my life, my family's life, my career, and everything is now dependent on you. So if you can refer me, it's going to be a great turning point for my life and my family. It's obviously your choice to opt out, and I feel really sorry if you opt out. That was my message literally to her in March or April. I feel really bad for that, but again, no other go. I didn't have anything to lose. So this was my message to her, and then she again responded to me. And that time she referred me. I got the referral link, and from there it was like couple of recruiter rounds, 2 rounds of screening, telephonic screening, and 1 round of HR business partner telephonic, and 3 rounds, 3 final rounds. And the best part with Amazon is this final rounds, they happen on the same day. But you're given a choice. You can make a choice of attending it on the same day or attending it on 2 different days. But I'd strongly recommend to attend it on one single day, because that says a lot about your attitude in life. So it is worth it. And I chose for one single day, all 3 rounds. And it was really great, because back in 2019, I flunked the same position with Amazon. Um, for the same HR business partner, but it was at Vancouver. I was all ready. I was ready to move. I was ready to roll, and I flunked the same interview. It was the same pattern. I knew their expectations, and same day 3 rounds. And the third by the third round, I was fizzed out. I was literally fizzed out. There was no correlation between what my mouth was talking and what my brain was telling it to talk. So, and I was blabbering crap. And I knew that moment that I am out of that interview. And as expected, within a couple of days, they sent me a regret message saying that I'm not being pursued anymore. And ever since then, I've been trying to get into the same company and the same position. I know it's madness. To be very honest with you and to be very quantitative, um, this application that went through and that came up, helped me get an offer with Amazon, was my 67th application in the last 2 years, starting from May 2019. It was my 67th application for the position, and yes, it did happen. And now going back, looking back, it looks like a dream, a very, I wouldn't say a dream, or like a nightmare. Yes, I have my own share of problems. Like one classic problem is, I've not seen my family in the last 2.5, 3 years. I came to Canada when my daughter was just 5 days to 2, and she'll be 5 this September, and I have not seen her in person since. It's all in video calls and all that. But again, it's a very conscious call that I took, because this migration to Canada was for my daughter. It's for her future, not for mine. It's for her future. So I'm okay to trade off that 3 years for the rest of 40, 50 years.
Yeah, that's rightly said, Navin. And actually, the power of the referral is very high here. Like I've been working with SAP the connection with SAP for 20 years. That's my bread and butter. Okay, 20 years, whatever I made only because of that particular software. But I have always dreamt working with the mothership, which is SAP. So my initially I got a offer in 2014 for a role which I didn't like, but I took it because I want to work with this company. And you know, after 15, 16 months, like I couldn't stand, this role is not my role, what I need to do. And I told my manager, I said, you know what, I'm quitting. I don't like this role. I came in only with the hope that I can switch over to a different role. I quit and I went to US, was working in the US. Then I came back to Canada after 2 years. Again, started working. I used to work in IBM once I came back from the US. And in the meantime, I used to again apply for the dream job, what I am doing right currently. Just like you said, Naveen, like I would have applied probably about 50 position in SAP, whichever I liked, I used to just apply. And it never moved a step further, okay? And one fine day, I went to the SAP's office for an audit in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I was sitting among all my ex-colleagues, and one of my ex-colleague had become VP by then. I didn't even know, she was just sitting next to me. And she said, hey, I didn't see you for long. Hey, even I didn't see you. Where are you? Blah, 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 all the talk. And I said, what do you do now? Like, she said, Paul, God, I got promoted. I'm the VP for professional services now. Oh, really? That's a fantastic job. And suddenly during lunch, she comes to me, Paul, like, I'm looking for an architect in Toronto. Can you refer somebody? Whomever you will tell, I'll just take them. No interviews or anything.
Take me.
Then I said, like, if every condition is good, I will offer myself. At this point of time, right? Like, I, I am in the career cycle where for me, like, skill is not a big deal. I can do anything with the job what I'm doing. So at the same time, when you go for a job at a stage, you need to make sure like you should get what you need. Don't underestimate and go for a low compensation, right? I made it very clear. This is what I need. If that's the case, we can talk. Paul, for you, no problem, man. Everything is agreed upon. When are you joining? Think about this, okay? That particular rec, as soon as I came to Toronto, the rec was there in the SAP site for solution architect for Toronto. And you know what? Like, I don't know how many people would have applied because, and I was the only guy who was interviewed, and I was the only guy who was offered the job, right? This is the power of the referral, right? Just the referral because I knew somebody. But imagine like if I had not met that person in the US, I would again apply. It should have gone in the drain, right?
Yes.
So, and one more thing, what I had personally seen is like I get a lot of messages, okay, asking for referral. I never refused. Okay, strangers, completely stranger. I wouldn't know them at all. They'll ask, you know what, I had seen a position. Can you refer me? Then the one thing I asked them, like, can you tell me your background? Because like I don't want to refer randomly. Okay, I would like to refer. At the same time, I want that person to be successful also, right? So if he's not suitable, I'll definitely tell him, you know what, this role requires blah 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 blah, and you don't actually, even if I refer, you probably will not get it, but we'll keep looking around. At that point of time, D made a connection and he is in touch, and I am helping in some way or the other. And ultimately, like few of them got into those roles over a period, right? Like somebody meets me in January, by about July, August, he got into something through the referral. So like, don't be shy at all. That's what I would
In
tell.
this last 1 month with Amazon, I have made two referrals. Like there was a HR assistant position that was open at Vancouver, and I remembered my Rice people team lead, the woman to whom I used to report to. She was doing a HR certification. So I remembered that and I reached out to her. I asked her, hey, Lisa, are you still looking out for HR opportunities? How is your certification going on? Looks like she has finished some one phase of it and she's preparing for the next and all that. She's still looking out for HR opportunities. And I asked her if she's interested in this. And she was like very excited. And I referred her for the position and her interview has been scheduled. The date is not yet scheduled. Initial recruiter call is about to happen, I believe. And another one of my friend in Chennai, a senior HR business partner position, and he's like one amazing friend of mine, and kick-ass HR talent. He has one amazing portfolio. He presently works with Hyundai, and I referred him, and tomorrow is his first round of interview with the hiring manager. I sent like I wasn't able to refer him directly because he has already applied for the position. So my referral didn't go through. But I was able to find out who's the hiring manager for the position, and I sent his resume directly to the hiring manager. And tomorrow is his round with the hiring manager. So that's how it works. That, like, it's like world is it's all about butterflies. It's a butterfly effect. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
that's true. That's true. I do strongly believe in that.
Yeah. So even
Very
when I was
strongly.
talking to Paul, I was telling him, like, all that I aspire and want to become is like at least 50% of what you are, Paul.
No,
In with
no,
respect,
no, no.
with
Hey,
respect to your,
you
with
should
respect
become
to the
better than
way,
me, man. Better than
with
me.
respect to the way you carry yourself and help out others. Like, seriously, that's how we can survive.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
how we can
do.
thrive.
Yeah, I strongly believe in that because I work with teams who are spread all over. I only tell one thing when we start any new project. You know what? Like, we all want to work peacefully. That's the only thing I tell you. I'm not competing and you're not competing with me. Like, we all have a good job. We just need to make sure like we are achieving the final goal, which is we need to complete this work. Okay. So whatever freedom you need, just take it, you deliver it, and I will support in
That's it.
whatever way I can.
Yeah. And I don't think any newcomer is participate have participated in this. But just I want to put a word to newcomers, like anyone who might later point in time bump in on this video on YouTube or in the HR group. I just want to put a note for all the newcomers here. Please do not compare your career to anyone else's career or your life to anyone else's life. Everyone's life has its own melody. So for some people, the good might happen real quick. For some people, the good might happen at a very delayed phase. So just be good and try to help as much as you can. Try to network, and only networking helps in Canada. And that is what I have discovered in my 2.5 years or almost 3 years of existence in Canada. Networking helps. Talk out, reach out to people, lose your inhibitions. People, when you reach out, people are ready to help. Certain people, yes, they don't, they might not respond. Don't get bogged down. There are believe in people, believe in humanity. That is what I would request you all to do. And trust me, don't compare yourself. Your life has its own melody. It will soon unearth. The timing varies. Accept it, embrace it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also stay focused, guy. Okay, that's one thing I would like to suggest to everybody, right? So, what happens here? Like, if you kind of not stay focused in what you want to achieve, you will lose your entire goal, right? So, just like Navin, stay focused, and you will achieve, and you will get what you need, right? So, and dream about what you want to achieve, and the dream will come true.
Manifest what you want.
ஆமா நம்ம தலைவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி miracle do happen, and it definitely happens, man. Like, it
Yeah.
happens. Like, I literally seen a miracle happening to a lot of people who really stayed focused, right? So stay focused, and you will achieve. And there are people who are willing to help, right? The people who stay focused, they are willing to help, right? Think about Chris. Go talk to Chris. Chris will help you anytime. And I want to
Definitely.
literally, you know what? Chris சேர்ந்ததுல she never talked in this group, okay? And one fine day I see like a lot of new people in the group, and nobody is introducing themselves. I said, hey guys, like, this is not a place where you just hang around. Like, I want you guys to talk. Then they all introduce themselves, and Chris is, I think she's the one who brought this group to life.
Oh my God, seriously.
Yeah,
I
she's the
never
one who
knew
brought. I
Chris
was
was
looking
a
for
she.
somebody to help me.
I was thinking Chris was a he.
Oh, really?
Seriously,
Yeah.
somehow. I don't
Yeah,
know
I know.
why.
Chris
Please,
is
I'm
a
really
very
sorry for that. I'm really very sorry for that.
so what? I mean, I'm not worried about it. I behave like a tomboy most of the time, so it's fine.
Yeah, she's very fun in person too. I think only I have met her in person right now. Whoever is there in this call, I don't know if Paul had met her, but she's
No,
very
Paul
fun.
hasn't met me. Yeah, wow.
No, okay.
நான் யாரையும் meet பண்ணதில்லை. Like I have met lot of people, but I would say 2/3 நான் meet பண்ணதில்லை. எல்லாரையும் பேசியிருக்கேன், அவ்வளவுதான். I haven't met.
I was thinking one random day out of nowhere, I should invite everybody from the HR group to my house. I think last time when Gordon was talking, I was like, Canada, at least not, if not my house, somewhere else.
Yeah,
We all need to meet.
of course. எங்க வீட்லயே meet பண்ணலாம் எல்லாருமே. Not a big deal.
Kandippa.
Wow, looking forward.
Yeah.
If they're anyways opening it out, right? So
Yeah, and most of them are vaccinated too. So
yeah.
I mean, like the place where I'm living, we had a party yesterday, and there's a party just going in front of my house, which entire family is there. I said that I need to run this call. Once I done, I will come. So
Nice.
that's why I took this 4 days holiday, right? So I thought like do whatever I want to do because city is
For
open
sure.
now, right? So yeah, I mean,
where do you stay, Paul?
I stay in Brampton North. Yeah.
Okay.
North, yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's been
Yeah, I know. Once Navin comes back from Calgary, we'll all meet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
கண்டிப்பா
actually
பண்ணலாம்,
looking
கண்டிப்பா
forward.
பண்ணலாம். கண்டிப்பா பண்ணலாம். நான் actually வந்துட்டு இந்த group வந்துட்டு I stopped telling. Chris வந்துட்டு she took effort to own this group actually. நான் வந்துட்டு நான் ரொம்ப ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்த்தேன். நம்ம தனியா பண்றது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. ஏன்னா I am into lot of other things also. எப்படி நம்ம இத தனியா பண்றது, யாராவது ஹெல்ப் பண்ணா நல்லா இருக்குமே. நல்ல நேரத்துல கிறிஸ் வந்தது. She's very high energy girl, man. Very high energy girl. Right?
Yeah.
Very
No,
high
but
energy.
I mean, definitely after I met you and talked to you, right, you feel that connection. Like you said, it's a very small, close-knit group. So you feel like engaging, you feel like talking to all of us, and ellarum, they all help each other so much.
Yeah, கண்டிப்பா
Like,
கண்டிப்பா
even
கண்டிப்பா.
Deepika, right? I had like met her one time, and then I was also doing all certifications, Navin. So I
Oh,
did my CHRL, SPHR, PHRI, everything I did. Okay.
oh,
So when I was doing CTDP, I asked Deepika to help me. She came, joined in. Warren helped me. He joined 3 times for the meeting. So Mohan helped me with referrals. So like you, it's a very nice, engaging group. So you also feel like engaging and like hanging. So
எனக்கு வந்து இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஜாஸ்தி என்கேஜ்மெண்ட் இருக்கணும்னு நான் எதிர்பார்க்கிறேன்.
Kandipa, we'll
That
keep
will
doing
make
it.
the
Yeah,
group,
I'll also pitch in. Like in Melena, I used to have 2 jobs, or full time or a part time. I used to take because I had some financial responsibility. Before I just have 1 job, so most of the time I'm free.
yeah, முடிஞ்ச
And
அளவுக்கு
Kandipa, I
participate
can.
பண்ணுங்க.
Yeah,
I'm doing
pitch
2
in.
now, Deepika.
You're doing 2.
Yeah, but it's fun. Yeah.
And COVID-naல everything was work from home, so it was
Yeah.
fine. But I literally didn't
Yeah.
have any life at all. So I'm never doing 2 jobs in my life again. So
I
அதனால
know.
stick to 1 job. So I have a lot of time. இப்போ நிறைய எதனா பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னே சுத்திட்டு இருக்கேன். So
No. Yeah, yeah, we'll do some.
HRIS குரூப் வந்து உங்ககிட்ட கொடுத்துறேன் நானு.
அப்படிலாம் தலை இருக்கிறப்ப வால் அடக்கூடாது.
அப்படியெல்லாம் all of you guys need to run this group,
No,
right?
I know. I was just pulling a leg.
அப்படின்னு
all
சொல்லி
our
வாலாட்டுற
group, right?
பத்தியா?
I have few questions for Navin. I எழுதிலாம் வச்சிருக்கேன். நான் கேட்டுறேன்.
please tell me.
Yeah, and also one for both you and Paul and anybody who's there who's senior here. For Paul, நீங்க வந்து சொன்னீங்க you had a lot of experience in Chennai. So I assume you told me it was more like very conventional HR. அப்புறம் இங்க வந்துட்டு you took a lot of implementation that you started, right?
Yeah.
So as a person in India, in HR, because I was also HR in India, the times I use system is just for like Talio use பண்ண you put employees information, or if you are doing an ATS tracking, அவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும் information that we use the system. So when you started as an implementation consultant, நீங்க நிறைய உங்களுக்கு you would have had a hands-on experience, நிறைய கத்துட்டு இருந்திருப்பீங்க. So அப்ப வந்து how did you, like, how was your learning experience? Like when it went to, even in UPS you were saying you went on, you helped in system implementation la. So அந்த ஒரு learning எப்படி இருந்தது? How fast were you able to, was it like very difficult? Because I was very scared. I remember talking to Paul Sudhinda, he was telling me you should probably she's in a flight
Yeah, she's flying to Saskatoon.
oh okay. So I was like how was the journey for you? I was always away from the system, but I know I cannot escape from it. Paul had also advised me, adudama adutha future, you cannot always escape. When I spoke to him previously, I wanted to know how was that learning from somebody from conventional HR to getting into systems, and now being in Amazon, where I think I just went and looked into your LinkedIn, you're working on the people experience for
No, I've used
the tech
it. Thank you
team
so
of Amazon.
much.
So how was it? How was the learning curve for you, and what all did you do to learn all these systems? So adu sonnina konjam helpful.
Okay, so see, I have like my career spanned close to 9 years in Chennai or in India. Okay, so all through this 9 years, I had very phased career movements. Like I didn't stay in any company for more than 3 years. Okay, and there are certain companies where I moved, like my first company, right, where I joined right after my after I passed out my masters. I joined a company called Celebrity Fashions. Like it's a garment manufacturing company, and generally the first company when the people will stay for at least 2 to 3 years or 4 years, or gratuity period of 5 years. People used to stay, but I stayed there just for 1 year. And because I felt my role became redundant, I'm doing the same thing and I'm not learning anything new. So I discussed my resignation, my other interviews with my boss, who was my mentor also. So within, like exactly after 1 year, I moved to another company, sugar manufacturing, where it was like very notorious union scenario. Like there were already 4 unions and there was a 5th union trying to coming up. And that is where I was talking about the conventional HR, where there was lot of negotiations happening, where I was telling like the skill of mouth will be of help. Like, you know, but that too, we cannot blow steam there. Strategic discussions. So you'll spend a lot of time talking. Literally, you go to the shop floor, you talk. You go to the canteen, you talk. Then you go to the commissioner of labor, you sit and talk. Go to a union negotiation, sit and talk. Lot of talking. And right from there, after spending around 2.5 years, I moved into, I was internally transferred to a corporate role, where I was handling performance management for an entire company of management staff, like the salary management staff cadres. I was handling the performance management and handling recruitment for mid and senior level. So when I was taking care of performance management, I was also taking care of compensation and benefits, because both went hand in hand. We were doing a compensation revision and all that. So I was literally lost. So I was not able to spend more than 6 months in that, because I'm coming from this hardcore factory guy where go around, talk. Now I'm made to sit with a computer and do. So within 6 months, I get an opportunity at Renault Nissan, a car manufacturing organization, and I joined them as HR business partner. And it was at Renault Nissan I got opportunity to explore a lot of facets in HR. Like I joined them as HR business partner. I've handled payroll, I've handled recruitment, I've handled career development, I've handled talent management, I've handled employee engagement, where all through these aspects, I have developed and devised and deployed systems and frameworks, basically. So these frameworks were based on like a little bit of systems. So I started liking, grow a fondness towards it. And it was exactly, I spent around 3 years there, and I got again call back in Tube Investments asking like if I'd like to join them. They're starting a new venture at Oragadam. Would you like to head the HR? I was like, I'm all in, come on, just put the papers there, 1 month notice, joined Tube Investments again. But this time the challenge was different. It was like I have to start everything from scratch. It was a greenfield organization. It was a joint venture between an Indian company and a Japanese company, right from the site location, obtaining factory licenses, pollution control board clearances, and running the project, the site project, everything. Like literally, and at the same time, I had to recruit people for the company at least at the management level, and plan their on-site training and plan for all that. All this were happening at the same time, and it was at the same time my wife got pregnant also. So it was a very exciting phase, and that gave me a very good learning of how to take care of startups, what all we should look into and all that. And basically being into HR, I'm very customer oriented. I like, I keep customers as my priority. So that helped me in my implementation experience. So what happened, I have to engage with clients. So I understood the company's systems first, what products they have. I understood the product, not from the implementation specialist, but from the salespeople, because only the salespeople will know the in and out of the product, and they will know what is the future timeline of the product. Okay, and that is when you will be able to properly engage with your clients, when you know your product really well, and when you help them navigate across the product. So I learned it from them, and I was pretty successful as an implementation specialist also. Like around with 88 clients across Canada, I also handled the payroll exclusively for 20 clients. So in Canada, you cannot do that. Basically, you'll have to have a PCP certification to run the payroll. So, but my company allowed me to do that because I did express interest on that. And for a few months, I was contemplating to do that PCP certification. And now, thank God, I didn't waste my time on that. And this experience and this client-facing experience helped me in UPS, because UPS is a very prehistoric organization. You go in and see, you will not find anything in 2021. You will find everything Second World War range. The table, chair, everything. That's how it is. And I knew these guys were technically handicapped, at least at the levels or the peers in which I was interacting with, my one-ups. They were literally technically handicapped, and I literally mercilessly captured that opportunity. And I knew that they needed a service who can, a guy who can do this, and I offered myself to them, and I did it pretty successful. But see, again, nothing happened. They didn't make my role a permanent role. They did say goodbye to me.
Yeah, so I think we're running short of time. I'll just have like probably you can align. So as somebody, I can see from whatever answer you said, you had experience like on the job, and that's how. So for somebody like me who's pretty new, as in I have 3 to 4 years of experience, but I've never done an implementation or anything. Like I started as business partner. Right now, I don't know if you know, I'm in public sector. I'm into unions, so I do a lot of talking.
You're working with Ontario government, right?
Yeah. So I'm more into labor relations. As you said, a lot of talking in panchayat. That is what I do most of the times. So I'm just curious, like if I had to someday become a consultant, which I might start looking up after a few many years. I don't know if not, like my first now preference is into labor relations, but I'm saying I'm also like looking at that option as well. So if as a start, as a fresher, if I have to learn to become an implementation consultant or look into technology, where would you see the starting point from? Like what would you suggest?
See, you know what is the very cost-effective starting point? Your current job.
Okay.
You'll have to understand your current job to an extent where you can think about technologizing certain processes in your current job. Like how you can depend on technology to handle certain processes that will eliminate few man hours in your current job.
Okay.
Start looking for avenues there. And when you find one awesome avenue like that, you can interact with people like Paul. Like, there are a lot of learned people, knowledgeable people around. You can talk to them and you can explore options, and you can come up with one solid option and then propose that to your company. I know doing such proposals to the government organization, I don't know how it works here, but in India it sucked. But if it is feasible for you, do that. And you know what? You can do that while still earning while still earning your salary, and still you'll feel engaged to your job because there's something that wakes you up next day to come to work or to come and attend C2. So you'll not jeopardize your career also. At the same time, you'll also strengthen what you wanted to strengthen.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I think that answers.
That's what I would say. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Yeah, so that's one point of view. It will be a different point of view or a chance.
Sure. I wanted to hear from both.
I started just like Navin, like when we started in 1990, like I started as assistant personal officer. APO, that's the title you get when you kind of start your job. So I was responsible for HR. அப்பெல்லாம் HRனா ஒரு பெரிய ரூம் கொடுத்துருவாங்க. அதுல 4-5 பீரோ இருக்கும். அந்த பீரோ ஃபுல்லா எம்ப்ளாயி ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ் இருக்கும். அதை கூட்டி நம்ம தான் வச்சுக்கணும். கஸ்டோடியன் ஆஃப் ஆல் த பர்சனல் ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ். அப்படியே இப்ப உட்காந்துருப்போம். பின்னாடி பார்த்தா ஒரு 4 பீரோ இருக்கும். அதெல்லாம் அந்த ரேக்கா இருக்கும். ABCD அந்த ஆல்பபெட்டிக்ல அதுதான் மெயின்.
நாடா போட்ட ஃபைல்லாம் இருக்கும்.
அதெல்லாம் இருக்கும். And I enjoyed my job. Okay, I loved my job. Like I loved my job. Okay, I did that full cycle HR. Right, ஒரு ரோல்லையும் ஒன்னொன்னா எப்படின்னா வெறுக்கிற வரைக்கும் அந்த ரோலை பண்ணுவேன். பண்ணிட்டு அடுத்த செக்ஷனுக்கு போவோம். Right, I started with the comp salary admin. That's first. And that's an important thing. சம்பளம் ஏத்துறது. So அந்த காலத்துலலாம் no system, right? I literally will go into everybody's file, make what is the last 3 years salary, and every year என்ன இன்க்ரீஸ் கிடைச்சதுன்னு ஒரு ஆவரேஜ் இன்க்ரீஸை போட்டு வச்சிடுவேன். ஸோ அந்த அப்படி பார்த்தா எல்லாருக்கும் ஆவரேஜா எவ்வளோ இன்க்ரீஸ் வந்ததுன்னு தெரியும். அப்புறம் அதை வந்து ஃபுல்லா டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் எல்லாத்தையும் சேர்த்து ஆவரேஜா ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு எவ்வளோ இன்க்ரீஸ் கம்பெனிக்குலாம் கொடுத்துருக்கோன்னு.
கம்ப்யூட்டர்லாம் வேற கிடையாது.
கம்ப்யூட்டர்லாம் கிடையாது, எல்லாம் பேப்பர்ல தான். எக்ஸல்.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine that.
I know.
ஆக்சுவலா அப்படிதான் பண்ணுவோம். பண்ணிட்டுல கடைசியில வந்துட்டுல அந்த CEOs எல்லாம் பார்ப்பாங்க, VPs எல்லாம். வாவ், ஆக்சுவலா அவனுக்கே தெரியாது எவ்வளவு இன்க்ரீஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கோம், என்ன பர்சன்டேஜ்லாம். இதை பார்த்து முடிச்சுதான் தெரியும். ஓகே, நம்ம கம்பெனில ஆவரேஜா 5% இன்க்ரீஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கோம். சிலவனுக்கெல்லாம் 10% கொடுத்து ஆவரேஜா 5 இருக்கும், சிலவனுக்கு 10 இருக்கும். ஸோ தே நோ ஹூ ஆர் த ஹைப்போ பர்சன்ஸ். இப்போ 10-15% ஹைப்போ ஆயிடுவாங்க. ஸோ அவனெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் பத்திரமா பார்த்துக்கணும். ஏன்னா if they leave, they are in trouble. And I mean those days, like my first salary was like 1500.
Wow, oh my God.
In 2009, my first salary was 8,500. I passed out in a peak recession.
Yeah, 1500. And believe it or not, 5000 ஒரு பெரிய சம்பளம் அப்ப. ஓகே, 5000 பெரிய சம்பளம். என் மேனேஜருக்கு 5000 தானே வச்சுக்க. He used to make 5,000.
அவர் அதுல ஸ்கூட்டர்லாம் வச்சிருப்பாரு வேற.
அவர் ஒரு Fiat வச்சிருந்தாரு அப்ப. ஒரு பழைய
பட் அந்த காலத்துல ரெண்ட் கூட 200-300
அது நின்றுமா? அப்ப சொல்ல, பால் நானும் அவரை எங்கேயா போகும்போதெல்லாம் நின்றும். பால் கொஞ்சம் புஷ் பண்ண முடியுமா, வண்டி ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும். அண்ட் யூஸ் ஹேவ் a scooter too. ஓகே, அதுவும் அதே கண்டிஷன்ல தான். I mean within 2 years I got, like when I quit, I had a 3,100 rupees salary, which was like,
அப்பலாம் ரெண்ட் எவ்வளவு பால்?
இல்ல, எனக்கு சொந்த வீடு இருந்தது, அதனால எனக்கு செலவே இல்லாம இருந்தேன் தெரியுமா. Believe it or not, the 3,100 was a big money. Like I used to feel like millionaire மாதிரி இருப்பேன் நானு.
நானும் அதே மாதிரி தான் பால். 8,500 2009ல பெரிய காஸ்டே கிடையாது. ஆனா அப்படியே நான் அந்த வாங்குற 8,500 ரூபாய்க்கு ஆபீஸ்க்கு கார்ல போவோம்.
ஆமா, I used to feel like a billionaire. என்னடா இவ்வளோ காசு கையில இருக்கு, என்ன பண்றது எல்லாம் வச்சுக்கிட்டு அப்படி ஒரு ஃபீலிங்ல இருப்பேன். தென் ஐ திங்க் 96 ஐ குவிட் அந்த வேலையை விட்டு அடுத்த வேலைக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணும்போது ஒரு 4 ஆஃபர் கையில எடுத்துட்டு டிசைட் பண்ணிருக்கேன் எதுக்கு போலான்னு. கொனிகா லேபு, தென் ஒரு கொனிகா லேப் யூனோ லைக் ஃபுல்லா லேபர் இன்டென்சிவ், யூனியன்லாம் இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் பார்க்கணும்னு சொல்லி கொடுக்குறாங்க. அப்புறம் வந்துட்டு இன்னொன்று வந்து ஒரு பிளான்டேஷன் கம்பெனி. அப்போ ரொம்ப பிளான்டேஷன் கம்பெனிஸ்லாம் வந்துருந்ததுல, ஸோ தே கேவ் ஆஃபர். தென் ஐ காட் ஆஃபர் ஃப்ரம் சாஃப்ட்வேர் கம்பெனி. ஆனால் சாஃப்ட்வேர் இஸ் பிராண்ட் நியூ ஃபார் இந்தியா அப்போதான். இதுல போய் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும்னு ரொம்ப குழம்பிட்டு என் பாஸ் கிட்டே போய் கேட்டேன், என்ன 3 ஆஃபர் எதுன்னு தெரியல, கொனிக்கா தான் இருக்கு, எல்லாமே செம சம்பளம், 6,500 ரூபாய் சம்பளம், பெரிய சம்பளம் அது இருக்காது. நான் என்னடா எல்லாமே ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கு. அவர் சொன்னாரு, பால் லைக் சாஃப்ட்வேர் தான் ஃபியூச்சரு, ஜஸ்ட் கெட் இன். That's when I came into software in the 96ல and I kept going.
What a brilliant decision that was.
ஏதோ ஒண்ணு. ஆக்சுவலா அப்ப கம்ப்யூட்டர், வேர்டு, எக்ஸல்லாம் தெரியவே தெரியாது எனக்கு. அப்போ வந்து ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் பையனை கூப்பிட்டு உட்கார வச்சு எனக்கு எப்படி வேர்ட் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி கொடு, எக்ஸல் சொல்லி கொடு, எல்லாம் that I started learning. Ultimately like I joined Pentasoftனு ஒரு கம்பெனி. அதுக்கப்புறம்
just a piece of trivia, like இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ் பத்திலாம் பேசும்போது, Amazon வந்து 94ல வந்து it was founded and 97ல வந்து it became public. ஓகேவா? லைக் we were from, நான்லாம் வந்து பிறந்து almost 30 years இந்தியால தான் இருந்தேன் நான். So when I was attending the onboarding of week 1ல வந்து I got to know in the year 1995 US உடைய internet usage increased by 2,300%.
Actually, I do remember 95ல எனக்கு ஒருத்தன் ஹாட்மெயில்லாம் என்னன்னு தெரியாது. ஆபீஸ்ல இன்ட்ரா மெயில்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஓகே, லைக் தட் மெயில் இஸ் ஒன்லி இன்சைட் தி ஆபீஸ், இட் cannot go outside. அப்புறம் வந்து என் ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஒருத்தன் சொன்னா, you know what, I will create a email ID for you. ஏன்னா I got excited. What email ID இருக்கே ஒண்ணுன்னா, அதெல்லாம் ஆபீஸ்க்குள்ள தான் நான் கிரியேட் பண்ணது, வெளியெல்லாம் நீ அனுப்பலாம். அது வேற ஹாட்மெயில் வந்துதான். நான் வந்து ஹாட்மெயில்னா இது என்னடா, இது ஹாட்மெயில்லாம் ஸ்பெஷல்டா இது நினைச்சு நான் பெரிய இது போல இருக்கு. லிட்டரலி ஐ டிடன்ட் ஈவன் நோ how to create. Like I thought hotmail is like, அந்த காலத்துல ஹாட் லைன் ஒன்று வச்சிருப்போம் ஆபீஸ்ல, where you can pick up the line and it will go to directly to a factory, அந்த பர்சனல் ஆபீசர்கிட்ட பேசலாம். நான் நினைச்சேன் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ ஐட்டம் போல இருக்கு, ஹாட்மெயில்னு போட்டா கரெக்டா எவனுக்கா அனுப்பலன்னா ஒன்ன போய் சேர்ந்துருண்டு. So I mean, like I got trained. I would say like I studied a lot, man. I studied a lot just to understand the technology function and how these are connected. Literally I studied. If SAP வந்துட்டு they used to have a books and books. So on the modules வந்து நான் ரொம்ப படிச்சேன் நான், just to understand how system can be, a function can be converted into a systemized way. So that's what I did, and I still do that. Okay, like because due to the cloud, everything is changing. Ipo na pandra vale every day the way system is behaving changes. Adu padikka vendi irukku. But now I am in the architecture role, enna avudna functions konja padikka vendi irukku. But then from the architecture point of view, it again changes a lot. Eppadi ella vandu
design பண்ணனும் அப்படினு வரும்.
ஆமா, டிசைன் பண்றது, அதை இன்டகிரேட் பண்றதும், it's not just, now we call it as a total workforce management, right? Not just HR. How the HR data can be used in a finance system, how HR data can be used in a supply chain system, how HR data can be used in the sales organization, right? So எல்லாத்துக்குமே சோர்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து வரணும். The source of truth has got to be from one single system of truth ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ அது வந்துட்டு has become a big இது. ஏன்னா இப்போ வந்து பண்ற எல்லா ப்ராஜெக்ட்டும் அந்த சிங்கிள் சிஸ்டம் ஆஃப் ட்ரூத்ன்றதே இல்லை. இப்போ ஐ எம் ஜஸ்ட் டூயிங் ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஃபார், யூ வுடன்ட் பிலீவ் த கம்பெனிஸ் நேம்லாம் நான் சொன்னேன்னா அவ்வளோ இதா இருக்கு. ஐ ஒர்க் வித் மெக்கன்சி. ஓகே, மெக்கன்சி இஸ் a world's top most consulting company and they don't have a decent HR system. I worked with Microsoft, they never had a good system. You name the top companies, they all preach, but they don't have. One thing I like about the company SAP is we preach and we drink. We drink our own wine. என்ன நாங்க பண்றோமோ எல்லாத்தையுமே எங்களுக்கே இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணி அது கரெக்டா வேலை செஞ்சு தான் மற்றவங்க கொடுக்குறது. So I mean, like, this job has become very, 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 I would say, strategically important nowadays because people data is எல்லாமே பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கு. அதனால I mean, like, I would say, like, Deepika நல்லா படிக்க வேண்டியிருக்கும். You need to read the documentation to understand how these things are being interconnected. அது பண்ணிட்டா கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதுவும் and being HR background is a very good one because we understand the process. அது வந்து ஒரு big advantage ஆ இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் நான்.
எனக்கும் same experience actually. It's a combination of what Mohan and Navin say. I also do the same thing. So basically, like him, everywhere I'll go volunteer, I'll go like say, okay, I'll do the job, give it to me. And half the time I won't know what to do. So like Paul, I'll keep sitting and trying to learn. If the boss gives me one assignment, previous day I'll be figuring out how to do it. And the next day I'll go tell him this is what I figured out. So
yeah, actually
Nice.
attitude dhaan, Deepika, in work. Okay.
So my previous boss used to tell me, he's also an SAP. And he used to tell, he's also a consultant like Paul. So he'll say, you don't have to know everything. You just have to be one step ahead of the client. So tomorrow, what I'm going to talk to the client, I should know today.
Okay. Yeah, that's how you learn. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing on your attitude, okay? So that's what gets you to places. Okay, like, எப்படின்னா என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் sometime, you may be the extraordinarily smart. அதை கொஞ்சம் அடக்கி வாசிச்சா லைஃப்ல கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கலாம். I always feel that because like I interact with customer, right? So you will have to satisfy their ego, make them feel what you seems to know is the best in it, right? Once you make them feel that, then you can implement what you want to implement.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? என்னுடைய மேனேஜர் சொல்லி கொடுத்த வேலை அது.
சரி, flight is taking off. Bye guys, see you.
Happy journey. Happy journey.
Flight, okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. ஒன்னு என்கிட்ட சொன்னாரு, லைக், மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த டைம் ரொம்ப வேலை வந்துட்டு அவரும் செய்வார் சேர்ந்து, ஆனா எல்லா கிரெடிட்டும் என்கிட்ட கொடுத்துட்டு போயிடுவாரு. பால் பண்ணா நான் கேட்பேன், what do you mean, man? Like, we did it together. No, like, அவர் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, you know what, I will get what I want, but I want to give you all the credit. So try to do that. You will be liked by everyone.
Okay.
Right? So when you give a credit to somebody, that credit comes back to you actually. End of the day. Right? But when you try to take the credit from somebody else,
yeah,
it will never come. If I give the credit to you, right, you will say, no, Paul, like, it's you, right? எனக்கு அந்த கிரெடிட் தேவையில்லைன்னு, I don't need that credit, but I'm saying, but it automatically comes. That's what I feel is என்ன சொல்றது, the best quality of a leader.
Okay.
So everybody can follow that, you will be the successful leader.
Okay. Thanks so much for yeah, that was really a good piece.
Yeah.
Thought.
I think it's 9:10. நான் வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப இருக்க வேண்டாம்னு பார்க்கிறேன், பட் எல்லா மீட்டிங்லும் we never close it until everybody says okay.
I think it's just 3 of us now.
Yeah. Normally sometime, like when we have the virtual social hour நடத்துவோம், அதுவும் இல்ல. So it will go on 3 hours, like 1 hour schedule பண்ணிருப்போம். Like the topic was so nice, right? Like எப்படின்னா யாருமே இப்போ அவ்வளவு வெளியே போக மாட்டோம். So we literally say, right, we are sitting in a pub and drinking, just on table like I just have a tea or somebody can have wine. It looks like as if you are in a bar and talking to your friends.
Nice,
I
nice.
know.
Yeah, I mean that's what we should do, right? Like இப்போ வந்து முடிஞ்ச அளவு பார்க்க முடிய மாட்டேங்குது. Very soon we all can meet each other. Until such time, you know, like participate in these kind of small events which will keep you motivated, keep others motivated, and it's a good என்ன சொல்றது ஒரு outing மாதிரி, right? Like இப்போ எல்லாருமே நம்ம மீட்டிங் போறோம் தான், டெய்லி மீட்டிங் ஆஃபீஸ்ல இதே மீட்டிங் தான், பட் தென் this is a close knit group, you can talk anything.
Yeah,
right? So
I know.
முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு எல்லாரும் participate பண்ணுங்க, make this keep continuing, right? This group should stay forever. Next 10 years க்கு அப்புறம் வரும்போது anybody comes in, they should know, okay, there is a nice group like this who are supportive, right? Actually நான்லாம் வரும்போதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணு கூட இருக்காது, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருந்ததே இல்லை. That's why I thought, you know, like we should bring all these things so people, I mean, நம்ம யாரா ஒருத்தருக்கு பெனிஃபிட் கொடுத்தா போதும், 1000 பேர் இருந்தாலும் அது ஒருத்தருக்கு ஒரு பெனிஃபிட் கிடைக்குதா? That's
பட்டர்ஃப்ளை எஃபெக்ட் மாதிரி தான் போல அது.
Yeah,
அது அப்படியே கண்டினியூ பண்ணே போணும், அவ்வளவுதான்.
ஆமா that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not taking leadership or anything, I'm just trying to make sure you all take leadership and run this for the future, right? Yeah, we will have more people coming in, and let's do what is best.
Sure. Okay, then Apo.
Awesome.
Hey, thanks Navin.
Yeah, thank you so much, Navin.
Thank you so much, Paul, for giving me this opportunity. Like I feel really good, you know, like, you know, to share about what happened and all that. It really feels good, and I don't know how many of them would see this or whatever, but if someone is going to see this and they have something to take away, I'm done. My purpose of life is solved. That's it.
Of course these are motivators, Navin, like somebody sees it, like light at the end of the tunnel.
Moral of the story is like, if I can, anyone can. As simple as that. All the best.
My takeaway is perseverance from today's talk. Was like, I was so amazed. 67 times, chance level. Serious, I even when Paul was saying he applied 50 times. I don't think I've.
No, actually, I can literally show my profile in SAP. How many times I got rejected? Ide role. Like I was an ex-alumni. In fact, I used to work with SAP. Then I'm trying to apply. You get thrown away, right? Like until you meet the right person.
Mohammed Gajniya, another 13 தடவையா?
நம்மள தான் காட்டணும் போயிட்டு. ஆமா. Awesome, guys. Okay, have the rest of the evening for yourself. Enjoy a long weekend and be safe. Okay.
Thank you. Take care.
I will now record பண்ணத வந்து upload பண்ணிடுறேன்ப்பா. பண்ணிட்டு the link. Okay. Take care. Bye.